Day in our life for Iselu community. I would speak with His Royal Majesty Oba Akintunde Akinyemi, maybe the Oba of Iselu Kingdom. He go tell us what be the situation for his community, because the community follow for communities. We don't experience one issue or the other with herdsmen clashing with farmers in the past, and he has been one of those fronting these whole issues before. So we'll go allow him to talk. He go explain to us what be the situation for it. So sir, please, you talk to us, but either English or Pidgin. We can mix it together. We're good with that. Please close. Let's start with your name again.
I'm Akintunde Akinyemi, the Eselu of Iseluland, Yewa, Ogun State.
So what has been the situation before now?
Well, I've been on the throne since 2005, and it has been highly cumbersome. We've been battling with this issue of farmers and Fulani. So when I came on board, I saw that it was an ugly incident. You see, we don't have a settlement of Fulani in this area. They actually settle in Igwa. They have a Kara in Igwa. But in the dry season, they usually come to our areas here to graze their cattle. But where we do have competition between them and the farmers is whereby they put in their cattle, thousands of cattle. They will go to the maize that the farmer has stocked in the silo and broke the silo, give all the maize to the cattle. So by the time the farmer comes, there will be exchange of words and Fulani will attack. And most times they were always harmed with AK-47. Just last year we collected 2. They handed it over to the police. So that's where we always have issues. And they rape a lot. There wasn't a woman they raped like 7 years ago. They raped that woman and killed her in Olopan axis. You see, that has always been the challenges. Okay, when I saw that this issue is becoming alarming, I have to take a step forward with one of my colleagues. We went to High Court and plead with the court that this is what we are going through in our community. And luckily for us, we got a court order, interlocutory injunction, restraining them from bringing their cattle to this area.
To this area? When you say this area?
Yes, this area. I mean, Iselu, Agbon, Asa, even to Ojaja. We name all the community, and the court gave an order that they should not come again. But instead for them, we communicated the injunction to the police, but they came more. And the challenges we are having are the Fulanis from Niger Republic. There are some that were called Bororo. Those Bororo are so heartless. They came in through, some will come through Gaya, from Agadez to Gaya, Gaya to Malanville, Gaya to Malanville, Parakou to Republic of Benin. Then cut across the border to here. And some will go through Ilila, then to Sokoto, then come to this axis in the dry season. And all efforts to stop them became so difficult, you know. Then for this year, there was a Republic of Benin. They passed a law in their country that they don't want grazing of cattle in their country anymore. On that note, they communicated the law, the law they passed, they communicated it to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Nigeria, and Foreign Affairs to Ogun State. So now, they could not go through Benin to this place. They now came in through Nigeria. But unfortunately for them, some of these cattle rearers are young boys and they are illiterate. They don't even know the route. Because our land here, in 10 minutes, if we walk in that bush, you're already in Republic of Benin.
Oh, okay.
So, and the border is very porous. So as at the time they have to go through that, they were going through Asa. From Asa, already they were in Benin. And they were with soldiers. They were with soldiers escorting them. So by the time they got to Republic of Benin, they never knew. They were already in Benin. So what now happened between them and the gendarmes of Benin Republic? It is the soldier who escorted them that can tell us. But what we just discovered was that at the time they called a meeting that some Fulani are missing. And police said they thought it's in Nigeria. I said it wasn't in Nigeria. Because the place they are talking about, Ebola and the rest of those axes, after Asa, is already in Republic of Benin. That if they are looking for a missing Fulani, they have to go through the Interpol to go to Benin already. But presently in our land, we don't have the kind of weapon that can chase the army away from escorting the Fulanis. It's a common sense. Local hunters, where would they have the gun to chase army? And army were there when those Fulani were being apprehended. So the army who escorted them are in the best position to tell us what happened when they followed the Fulani down to that after Asa area. That's already in Benin, Ebola axis. You know, the land, the border is so porous that at the time you could not even, if you are not really vigilant, even as a security agent, you might not even know you are already in another country from this our area. So our agitation is straight. It's very straight. We want the government to set up a committee and look at people here, children who cannot go to school, a lot of women that were raped and abused, a lot of bullet wounds here, a lot of schools that were destroyed, a lot of farms and crops destroyed. That's by the fact that the farmers have gone out of their way to lend money, maybe from NISA, or what do you call it, microfinance, Greek loan, and the rest of it. So our people are really suffering here. So we want the government to come into their aid and do an adequate compensation and do a sanity to this land. You see, some felt because we asked Fulani not to be in our land, it doesn't really mean we hate them. We don't hate them. Well, but we don't like the bad ones. It's just like you in Rome, you behave like a Roman. You see, when you live here, nobody can live here and go to the north and start drinking ogogoro and beer in the public place. I'm sure the Ishba, or what do you call their police, we pick you up and take you to Sharia court. And that's our own argument, that this is Yoruba land. If we don't come to the north and becomes a nuisance or abuse the law in the north, we don't want any Fulani to come here and take us for granted. Because the situation now in our area is like we are in direct slavery. That's the way we say it. Because if you cannot go to school, if your crops were being destroyed, if you cannot even talk, because if you talk, the fear of prosecution is there. So already you are looking at yourself to be a slave in your land. And it's never done anywhere. So we don't have problem with the peaceful Fulanis. We don't have problem with them. Because after all, Igbos are here, Hausas are here. Why shouldn't we have asked ourselves, why is everybody not talking about Hausa? The Hausas are still very familiar with the Fulanis too. Some Hausas are misbreed, some are Fulani, some are Hausas. But the question is, why is everybody not calling Hausa? We have Hausa of over 1,000 here in Ojaja. And we are living together in peace. But Fulani, the bad ones, are here and they are becoming a threat to our land. So that is why I said we don't ask for much. We want the law to take its course on every individual who does not obey the law.
sir.
Because you cannot come here at the deterrent of the lives of our people and think you are above the law. Nobody's above the law. That's our agitation, and it's straight.
Okay, sir, let me bridge you a bit. About the incident that happened around here yesterday, Ibua.
Yes.
Yesterday, could you, as the royal father in this area, tell us what do you know happened yesterday?
Well, what happened yesterday was I was right here, and Sunday Adeyeye, popularly called Igboho, came, and he said, Kabesi, I need to pay you a courtesy visit. So he came in and he said, well, that is here. He saw that we've been trying to put in our best against checking these Fulani excesses. But I want to say in the clear terms that it's all about liberation. It's not all about politics. Nobody, I personally, I love Buhari. I love Buhari very well because he's a man of transparency, accountability, and discipline. Are you with me? But the Kingsmen, the Fulani, some of them used to come here and even abuse the privilege given to them by ruling this government. This is Ogun State. We had a former governor, former president in this state, 2 times president in this state. And I don't think, as at the time Obasanjo was the president, we don't see any indigenous of Ogun State going to the north to be creating nuisance. So for me, I stand for liberation and I stand for Sunday Igboho. I stand with him. I don't need anything government wants to give me. I stand with him. I stand with Gani Adams. I stand with Femi Falana. And I stand by the good people of Yoruba land who want liberation for our land and who don't want anybody to come from nowhere and come and make nonsense of this place. I stand with them. And I want to give a caution to any traditional rulers, no matter how place the traditional ruler is, to be careful, because the ancestors see everything we do. Don't let us sell ourselves out because of oil block or whatever nonsense they are sharing, and give our people as slaves in their land. Are you with me? So Sunday Igboho coming here is for liberation. He told me that if the government have done the necessary things, there's no point him going around to drive the Fulani away. And I want to call on the Inspector General of Police to please, as a matter of urgency, take over the full responsibility of the country more than before. I told Sunday Igboho yesterday that, listen, by the time the police wake up from their sleep and do more than what they've been doing before, everybody should leave them to exercise their primary duty. Are you with me? So it was just because he wants the government to wake up. And if you're talking about democracy, the machinery has been there. You see, we cannot be practicing the law without practicing the machinery of that system of government. I want to tell you categorically that there are countries that are practicing monarch system of government and they are doing better. Are you with me? So right here in Nigeria, for democracy, the rule of law must be respected. The supremacy of the law, the equality of the law, and the fundamental human right of every Nigerian must be protected. And that's our whole agitation. That if a Yoruba man is in Hausa land and misbehave, let the law take its course. And if a Fulani man comes to Yoruba land and misbehave, let the law take its course. You see, we cannot continue to live in sin and expect grace from God. It's not possible. So, whatever name you want to call Sunday Igboho, whatever name you want to call Gani Adams, whatever name you want to call Femi Falana, because they are fighting for the cause of our people, for the liberation of Yoruba nation, I stand by them. Because it is better for you to leave the throne than to be on the throne and being a coward. It is better. I spent 16 years and it's been highly challenging. I don't have any children here, but I still have children who are being killed almost every year. I have children in this community who cannot afford to go to school because their parents were being killed by the Fulanis. I still have children here who did not see anything than going to smuggle because there's no other means of living. And we cannot do it all. I have a whole lot of children out of school. They can't afford to go to school. So I plead and I implore the government, both the state and the federal level, to please wake up and give the rights of every citizen to the people of Ogun State what they deserve. Because it is the right of every children to have a basic education. And whereby we are now having children out of school children, more than what you think, then you should expect crime. We are breeding crime in our areas if we don't send those children to school. So that is why it's a clear terms. We like the government, we love the government ruling. That is not the point here. But we still need to put the government to checks that these people are going against the law and the law must be respected. That is it.
Okay, sir. Yeah, I was going to come back to the issue of Sunday coming to visit you, but I was talking initially about the incident that happened at Yewa, where there was burning of markets and all that. What have you had actually happened there? Because we want a reliable source to tell us what you know. We've seen with our eyes, but we can't really confirm because we've only heard from the herdsmen. So we want to hear from the community.
Well, to me, you see, like thank God you saw Onigwa was there. Sunday Go living here, he told me that he wanted to visit Igua. That was all he said to me. That Kabesi, I'm going to visit Igua this evening. I said, okay, we have one of our respected traditional ruler there, Onigwa of Igua, that you're going to see him in the palace. And they all left because there are over 500 that came. Over 500. So they left here. So whatever happened in Igua, I don't even know. But what I knew was that I told him that, this issue is a good one, and I prayed for him, and I told him that, if the police are ready to take full responsibility of their primary duty, just relax yourself, let them take over the whole thing. Are you with me? But we have sent a signal to them that we are not fools, and we can never be a fool in our land. We are not slaves. Slavery has been abolished in the 19th century. We can never be a slave in our land. So it's a check for them that we will abide by the law, and the Fulani too should abide by the law. They are not above the law. So if Sunday Go might have gone to Igua, whatever happens there, I don't know, but at least I preached peace to him before he left my place, that you will see the Kabezi there. Please sit down with him. And even more of the Fulanis in Ayetoro, Igor Koto, and the rest of them. I told him categorically that we still have some peaceful Fulani in Ogun State who are doing extremely well. So those ones, we don't have issues with them. But the ones killing, raping, destroying farms, and giving all the maize to this, or all the farmers' maize to their cattle, that means they want to kill the farmer. The farmer could not afford to send their children to school anymore. So that's my own agitation. So whatever happened in Igua, I don't know, because I've told Sunday to see the Onigwa. Onigwa should be in the best position to tell us what happened there. You understand? But I still believe that it's for liberation, and liberation will take its course, and that's what we want.
Okay, so finally, about the meeting that was held last week in Ondo State between the governors of the southwest states of Nigeria and the herdsmen. I believe you must have had a meeting where they reached some agreements as to what to do to end the clashes. How would you appraise that meeting and the resolutions they brought up after that meeting?
Well, to me, you see, it is very easy to make the law. It is very easy. There are committees before now in Ogun State. I don't want to mention other states. I knew the former deputy speaker of Ogun State in the House of Assembly also led the committee. This man from Ijebu-Ode, the former deputy. No, the former deputy speaker. He led the committee to this area, and they submitted the report to the government. Tola Banjo. It submitted, go and check. It submitted the report. But what about the implementation? Are you with me? We don't want a system where our people see the government as a toothless bulldog that can bark but cannot bite. Are you with me? But in the north, if anybody lives there and go and misbehave in the north, already you are in prison if you are not being killed. Are you with me? So this is Yoruba land. We want the same law-abiding policy over there. We want it here too. Are you with me? So that's what we want. So the issue of coming together to make some kind of memorandum is not our problem. Our problem is that we want the implementation. These Fulanis, you can't even know their numbers. The issue of the cattle, we are talking about over 7,000, 8,000. So how do you have control over them? Then the police that have the primary duty of enforcing law, when last did they do the recruitment of police? Let us know. Short of manpower everywhere. Almost every division you go, you see, they'll be telling you there's short of manpower. And that has to do with the government. It is the government that have the responsibility to bring in more hands to help the police. We are not removing the part that the police are trying. No, they are doing their best. But where you have a whole division and you are having 15, 16 policemen, what will they do? So already they have short of manpower. So the federal government should take it upon themselves and let them do more recruitment. Are you with me? So that we can have enough. Go and see how many police is for one civilian in the United States or UK. Are you with me? So we are having that issue here, and that is why to implement those MOU will become so difficult. And another thing I wanted to put in place, and I want the government to look at it from the angle that how can somebody be rearing cows with AK-47? Let us ask ourselves now. Even me as a traditional ruler, if I pick AK-47, I'm sure the next 48 hours I will be in court for unlawful possession of firearms. Even me as a traditional ruler. So who give the liberty to Fulani to be carrying AK-47 around here? Are you with me? That's why you see all this kidnapping, robbery, and the rest of this all over the places. If I cannot carry AK-47 as a traditional ruler, and a Fulani who is rearing cow is carrying AK-47, are we in Nigeria? Or we are in another country? Let's ask ourselves. Even me as a first-class traditional ruler, I cannot carry gun. Police will come and charge me for lawful possession. And common cattle rearer is carrying AK-47. So let us ask ourselves, do they have a different law? Or is it the same law? Is it the same Nigerian constitution we are practicing in this country? It's a very straight question, my brother.
All right, thank you so much, Your Majesty. We've been speaking with His Majesty the Oba Akintunde Akinyemi, who is the king of Iselu Kingdom. He don't brief us about what did he think about the situation where they ground for southwest states where herdsmen they attack farmers, and we've been there this morning to brief you people about what we don't see for ground and they don't talk in mind. And in confirm say true Sunday Igboho come visit him and he tell us waiting interest on the Igboho during that particular visit. We'll go see them move around Ondo State, Ogun State today, give on more details of things we they see for ground, how it be, how it they hot. We'd appreciate all of you who join us for this session this afternoon. We say we're gonna continue to join us for other things we're going to show on. Right. I'll come back. I'll come back. Boy, you can continue. Yeah. So that one the situation where we there for ground now for where we in a place where then they call Eselu community, and there we there now, and we don't speak with the king of the community where come brief us what he know about the visit of Mr. Sunday yesterday and about the situation of things for the community. And he don't make call for the IGP of police to try his best to ensure, say, the community day safe making rise up to more responsibilities and make sure say all these cases of clashes go stop. We go also still move around the community to check out if we see other things where they happen around what we go show on. You know, say why would they here now to they tell on a story what in they happen, how it they happen, and when it they happen. I could go ahead to stay with us. We still get plenty of story for our website, will be bbc.com/pidgin. We still get story for our Facebook, for our Twitter, and for our Instagram. Always we get plenty of story to tell on. Everything will happen about the clashes we don't hear for southwestern states of Nigeria. The videos, the pictures, all of them there for our website. Make on no come on, go in, we get story. For some of us, what they think say, we they tell one story from one end, we know they tell you that one. Check where you go see story about the herdsmen. You go see story about the farmers, and you go see story from the police angle. You go see story from the government angle. We they always balance all these things. Check out our stories with day full time. We still want to move around to other places so that we go bring on full things as it they happen. Not gonna go ahead to deal with us. We dey hail all of you now. We dey loyal. We dey always follow us on top to matter. My name is Gift. We hail on.